New at 5, we've learned a loophole in a North Carolina law allowed a convicted drunk driver to serve only a fraction of the time he was sentenced. Now that driver is accused in a DWI crash that killed a local man who was on his way home from church. Today, Eyewitness News reporter Mark Becker uncovered details of his previous sentence and a law that allowed him to get out early. Mark?
Well, Blair, court records here in Mecklenburg County alone show that Kevin O'Hagan's history of DWIs began here in 2000 and continued through 2007. When he was sentenced to 2 years in prison, he wouldn't do half of that. Kevin O'Hagan had started down the road to Sunday morning's fatal accident years ago. And after 6 DWI convictions, several prison terms, and court-ordered treatment, there wasn't much more the criminal justice system could do to prevent it. His last conviction was here 3 years ago. O'Hagan pled guilty and was sentenced to 2 years in prison, the maximum. But we've learned that because of an exception in the state's 16-year-old sentencing law, an exception only for DWI defendants, he would serve less than half of that. Here's how it worked. O'Hagan's sentence was 2 years or 730 days. Most inmates would have to do almost all of that time, but because of the exception for DWI inmates, he immediately got half of it, 365 days taken off, for what's called good time. He earned another 52 days in gain time and 33 more merit time days and was released after serving only 280 days or about 9 months. It looks like a loophole.
Yeah, I think it is very much so. There's no question about it.
Bill Powers makes his living representing DWI defendants, but he says O'Hagan's case is one that should never have gotten this far. He would like to see the legislature close that loophole for the most serious offenders.
Well, he's going to spend the better part of the rest of his life in prison, and the taxpayers going to be paying for it. And I don't know what we could have done different.
So you shake your head, and now Kevin O'Hagan is in jail in Union County with a $500,000 bond. He is charged with second-degree murder in the death of Daniel Herring. Reporting live in Uptown Charlotte, Mark Becker, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.